Hello, Luke here. I would just like to take a moment to disclose upfront that we sometimes talk about sensitive topics in our podcasts, and in fairness to our audience, we will try our best to put specific warnings in the descriptions of each episode. Now on with the show.
Mama, I wanna wash my face or at least my body. Mama, but if I use soap, it could be the end of me. Deodorant submission, so I smell like a bad fart. Forget about my do this hairspray could stop my heart. Oh, my hair's in knots. Rip out what I've got. Oh, my teeth are shot. They're starting to rot. Can't read by, no everything is Joker laced. Can't put it on my body. Can't read by, no everything is Joker laced. Can't put it on my body. Joker laced, Joker laced. Ma.
Wonderfully done.
Yes.
Wonderfully done. I love that.
She's so going to sue us.
Come for me, Harley. How dare you.
Welcome to the Nostalgia Killers podcast, where we revisit films from our youth to see if they still hold up or should be inserted into the great DVD player in the sky. One of the few movies to ever live up to the hype in my childhood. This episode goes out to the army of PAs that had to bring in more scenery by the wheelbarrow for Jack Nicholson to chew on. Get ready to dance with the devil by the pale moonlight as we revisit Tim Burton's Batman 1989. I am Luc Londe, joined almost as always by Chuck Starzenski.
It is I, yes. I don't have a clever quip.
Cool.
Yeah.
Joined almost as much as always with Javier Martinez.
I'm here, I'm green-haired, and I'm smiling.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
And our special guest, Juan.
Hi, this is Juan Martinez, also known as Dollar Store Michael Kovac.
There you go. And be sure to stick around for our Sonic Death Monkey Top 5, where we pick our top 5 movie gadgets we wish we could really have. And just a spoiler alert, I've gone low tech, which might throw everybody off.
Very well.
Which is just normal for the Sonic Death Monkey Top 5.
Yeah.
I love it.
Speaking of spoilers, this is the honorary Sam Coughlin spoiler alert. This movie came out in 1989, before most of everybody here was born. If you haven't seen it, you can bleep this out, but fuck you. Spoilers going forward. We'll go ahead and start with, what did this movie mean to you? I was 9 years old. So I'll just start. This is probably the most massive movie event of my life at that point. The commercials, the product tie-ins, the McDonald's, the burger. I don't think Burger King did it, but like everything, sneakers, Nike, whatever, was on television bombarding you with Batman's coming. It did not let down. This is like the most enwrapped I've ever been in a movie as a child, believing this entire thing was real and existed and it was just a world I could join. It was awesome. I lived that full experience. I think I was probably the target audience as a 9-year-old.
Yeah, I was going to say, at 9, I think that's it, yeah.
That's amazing.
I have to say, though, as an adult watching it, there's a lot of innuendo I didn't pick up on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not completely child-friendly. Yeah.
No, there's a lot of adult jokes that got by me. How about you, Javi?
So yeah, obviously, this was the first Batman movie I ever saw. Also, I probably saw it in like 98 or 99. So quite a while afterwards, which is funny because it's, almost 10 years after it came out.
Right. We were the same age then, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm 92. I'm 92, so.
Yeah.
I just obviously Michael Keaton has always been and always will be my Batman.
Nice.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Nice. Juan?
Same here. So, first Batman film I ever saw. I have really fond memories of it, actually, because my father would work nights. And when I was 3 years old, my mother would work days. And for him to sleep, he would put on the movie for me to watch over and over.
Yes.
Just so he could, get some sleep. So, he'd be like, okay, I got a 2-hour nap. And I'd shake him like, Dad, Batman's over, and he like rewind the tape and I watch it again.
That's awesome.
So I grew up with Batman. Just Batman's my guy. He's my hero.
That's called indoctrination.
Going back to what you said about the toys, I think it was Wendy's also had a toy deal with one of the Batman films. When I was 5-year-old me scared of the dark, my dad would turn on the Batman flashlight. Just start humming the theme,
Hell yeah.
and go straight to sleep like 5 minutes later. So This movie means the world to me, not just because Batman, but just because good times with my dad.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna bring it down. No,
this movie sucks.
This movie fucking sucks. Michael Keaton is not my Batman. No, my first exposure to Batman as a kid was through Batman Returns. And then Batman Forever. I don't think I even saw this one until I was like 11 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So like backtrack for it. And as a kid, this one was the most boring of the three to me because, I had Jim Carrey doing backflips and I had Catwoman to ogle and all that. So I was just like,
telling me.
All right. So I got Jack Nicholson just kind of, okay, fine. I was I was checked out as a kid. But as an adult, I think this is my favorite Batman, honestly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, on to favorite scenes. The ones that stick with me the most, the surgery scene, as a kid.
Yeah.
And I think I may have, I misremember it for sure, but I'm all the years after watching it in the theater as a kid, I've only seen the TV edits, and I think they nerfed it a little bit. Took away some of the blood, maybe, because I don't remember. I don't remember the Joker's face being cut up when he's dangling. But I saw that this time. I was like, that's pretty damn gruesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the surgery scene, all the weird tools, and it looks like ice cream scoopers and
It's look what I have to work with.
Exactly.
Three fucking tools on this.
Listen, the man did what he could.
I'd say the guy did it pretty good.
I'd say
great job, actually.
I also love the fact that there's that neon sign in the alleyway that says surgery. I was like, I'd never noticed that until now. I was like, what? The fuck is that?
Yeah,
Gotham's got to keep it simple. You got to know what you're going in for.
Yeah.
Lotto, SIGs, surgery, gas. Yeah,
man. Maybe Professor Pig origins. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
Which makes the tool thing even funnier because it's so clearly this is an established some kind of underground surgery place, but you have only 3 tools. What are you advertising?
What do you guys got?
I really tried my hardest to not make this just a Jack Nicholson love fest.
Here we go.
But I mean, ultimately, that's just what it is. It's just going to be a Jack Nicholson, love fest because he's the best fucking thing about this movie.
It's fine.
I had that in my note, bold letters, just Jack Nicholson.
We're all here to help each other.
But specifically, the image that it's awesome because it's great imagery, but just the final shot of the Joker lying in the street, blood, the concrete's cracked, the smile on his face, and you got the little laugh track.
Yeah,
dude, it's just so spooky. I love it. But yeah, that's probably my number one.
Nice.
Seeing that, that's
stuck with me too. Yeah. Juan?
So I was debating on 2, but I think the one I have to go for the most is the driving in the forest scene.
Where
it's just no dialogue. It's just the where are we going? No dialogue. The music builds up. It looks straight out of Nightmare Before Christmas. You know what I mean? If you just came into that, you think this is a stop motion film. I just love the way he glances at her when she sees her staring at him, turns on the light.
Just blinds her really quick.
Blinds her a bit. Just love the build up, to just his theme. I don't know if I can say the theme. Just it does not lie, but just love everything about it. I'll go back just to that scene regularly because it's so good. And besides that, the I love purple scene. It just sticks in my head a lot, which is just I love purple. It will forever. It's, even as a kid, I'm man, I'm going to start wearing purple.
Yeah.
That's going to be the reaction I get.
And I just realized watching it this time, she goes down, to go down.
I was
distract him. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm like, hey,
that wasn't a dance. That's not the lambada.
Yeah, no, I know.
I was like, is Batman going to get there in time, or is she going to just straight up blow the Joker? That was a real concern on this watch. I was like, oh, okay.
That's a gamble on her part because Keaton could have just stood there and watched.
He was getting his ass kicked, man. That was a wild scene in general. Just he gets his butt whopped.
It's a challenge for sure.
Yeah. I always feel like this man had to cheat. Anyway, but Jack.
If I had to pick one scene, it'd definitely just be the Ajax chemical plant setup and just that origin of the Joker. The whole we see the iconic Keaton just slowly dropping down from the rafters with the smoke and just it's everything. And then the whole shootout scene and like him falling into the vat of acid. That's something that's missing from cinema nowadays. Like, we don't throw enough people in vats of acid anymore. Like, when I was a kid, and I'll bite my tongue here because that's part of my rainy day double feature later on. But yeah, it's like when I was a kid, it was like, oh, you need a villain, you need a hero, vat of waste, vat of acid.
Yeah.
The number one origin story. Yeah.
As a kid, for me, the thing that made me laugh the most was Alfred catching all the things that Bruce was putting down, like
during
the dinner party.
Yeah,
that's watching this again. This reminded me of how much I laughed at that as a kid. Just the gags. Like, there's very simple but hilarious gags in this movie.
I agree.
Joker pulling that comically long barrel-nosed pistol out of his pants. That gets me every time. It's never not funny. Like, fucking ridiculous.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's the telescopes too, because he like puts it back down.
What
the hell?
Perfect shot, man. Perfect shot. No. Another one for me is the super cliche, but the dance museum scene. You know, it's like, boys, let's give this place a makeover. You got Prince, you got the blooper with the painting. I can never unsee that. Where they like put the handprints of paint on the painting, and then the next shot they're gone, then the next shot they're back again. I can never unsee it. That's my oh, this happened moment. You know what I mean? Then it's like, oh, there's a Starbucks cup on, like Game of Thrones.
It's we're at a meeting, and I too am a jackaholic. I am gonna just keep going with it. As long as we're still going on favorite scenes. Yeah, Joker's cosmetics ad. When he did the first time he takes over the airwaves, and like he's got the cutouts of the ladies, and like it's like, I know it's like probably not intentional. I'm sure it's just actual 80s effects, but I love that it's Jack Nicholson's mouth on the the models. Yeah.
Love that Joker.
Yeah. New and improved Joker products.
Well, that goes into my my third favorite, which is like the news anchors without cosmetics.
Yeah, yes, that was so good.
We're always told making movies show don't tell. That's a perfect way to show what's going on.
Yes,
and like they're just like hilarious. They're covered in pimples and bad hair. No makeup.
I really liked, for that scene specifically, I really liked that they also played it fairly for both like men and women.
Yeah.
Because it was a really easy, could have been easily a sexist joke.
For sure.
The guy could have looked totally fine, and the woman, so I like that they both okay.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's affected by this Joker crisis.
Oh, they wear so much makeup.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Which is true. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I won't delve too much into it. But more or less, Nicholson really leans into full Joker the last 30 minutes or so of the movie.
Sure.
And so one of my other favorite scenes is when Batman and Vicky are dangling on the ledge, and you have Joker taunting them and trying to stomp on their hands and stuff, and he's just laughing hysterically. He turns to the gargoyle, "What are you laughing at?" And he's just going on, and he's he said he's taunting him. He's Batsy and stuff, which is something he does in the comics and all other media. So it's just great because that's Nicholson full Joker. And so I wish we had a little bit more of that, but
let me give you a hand.
Exactly. Just that scene alone, he does 3 different solid little gags.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if there's any more that I really like.
The whole movie.
No, I do love the bait and switch in the beginning. Tremendously.
About
the family.
Yeah.
Where you think, okay, I'm going to start with the Bruce Wayne origin story.
I just noticed that today, watching it again. It's it's not them.
It's funny. Yeah. I wonder how many, and most of us are pretty big nerds, but I wonder how many fucking nerds were really immediately just pissed off watching that in theaters. I wonder if they were "What? That's not his dad's name. What? These aren't the Waynes." They're "Oh, sir, taxi." I wonder how many people thought that was. And just people they're not being faithful. They're changing stuff around.
I get you.
And they're "Oh, just kidding. It's not them." But
No, it was really good because I love it because you think it's them. It's just like, don't scream, but like you notice there's no pearl necklace, that none of them get shot, and then all of a sudden you get get the bird's eye view shot of Batman hand drawn, or I'm assuming it's like hand drawn walking, and it's just like, oh, here we go, bro. Like we're in for a show. I love also, here we go. They got me going. Just that whole intro is so good. The conversation with the two thugs talking about the Batman, really treating him like a myth, like this legend, like this monster, just to be like, have him show up like, towards the end of their conversation. It's just so well done. Like it really just immerses you into the world just immediately. Like that this guy's a threat, like this is someone you're supposed to be afraid of.
I mean, just the look and feel of the entire movie. Yeah. Like, just like you touched on it in the intro of just like the sheer amount of like matte painting and backgrounds that they had to build, and just it feels like a comic book. And it's like, I feel like people have kind of tried to imitate it here and there in like the early 90s and whatnot, but it's like we abandoned that so quickly, and it just bums me out. It's like, no, it's like, this is what, if it was drawn this way, then this is how it should look and feel. Just
I agree.
Stick to the script.
Totally agree.
Yeah,
100%.
Excellent. On to nitpicks and fixes. You guys got any?
I do.
Yeah, not a ton, but there's a couple.
Yeah, I have a few as well. You want to go first, or?
Sure. Yeah. And again, I'm not trying to be like that fucking nerd, right? But definitely his line where he tells the Joker, like, I'm gonna kill you. The final scene where he's like, I'm gonna kill you. That's like a weird line. Again, I'm not against Batman killing people, but I think just the vocalization of it hits differently than just like him, throwing batarangs at people or like, throwing them off buildings. I'm like, oh man, that's cool. But him like actually saying it, I'm like, oh, that sounds weird. Like coming out of a superhero's mouth,
Right.
And again, it's just such a big part of his
persona,
mythos, right? Like the Batman, Lord.
The morals.
Yeah, that it's weird that they like, slip that in there, that they allowed that to go into the final edit.
I think this was probably the first comic book movie, so they had a lot of leeway to get away with things that people didn't know, because not everybody had read the comics.
Yeah. I can see that.
It wasn't really established. He was basically Adam West was the previous incarnation entirely of Batman. So people's minds, he was supposed to be goofy and
they were trying to make it darker. Sure.
Yeah, they definitely did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got more, but we can just hop around.
Yeah, Robin it.
Mine is the lieutenant should have been Harvey Bullock. That will always be my thing, even as a kid. I forget the guy's name every time. The one in the beginning. I get why they didn't choose him.
Eckhart,
yeah.
Which is funny. Hey, Aaron Eckhart, Two-Face,
Yeah.
I get why they didn't do it, because Harvey's supposed to be like an honest cop and all that. But like, I just really want to see him in a live-action film for once. So that was always something that bothered me as a kid. Was just like, bro, like just give the dang guy, like a part in one of these films already, please.
Right.
Yeah, it is weird when they have like, when comic book films have like this sprawling like library of material to pull from, and they decide to like make stuff up just for the movie. Like it's always that's always weird to me too as well. Like there's a character like that in the comics. Like why didn't you just do that?
Yeah.
Right.
I guess I understand that.
Yeah.
Chuck?
Yeah, one of my biggest nitpicks is actually one of Juan's favorite scenes.
Me too.
Joker's weird late 80s museum defacing entrance.
Dare you.
This movie feels so timeless for the most part. And then that bit is like, nope, that's when this was made. This was made in 1989. Like,
I'm all for it though.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll agree. You know what? I love it, but I'll agree. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Juan is actually walking out the door now as we speak.
Thank you so much for the cocktail. I had a wonderful time.
I got one during Joker's takeover of the television. He kind of misspeaks. This is a language nitpick. It's a real nitpick.
Okay.
Which is mono e mono instead of mono a mono.
Oh, right.
And it's like, I think that's miseducated an entire generation of people, including me, for the longest time, thinking it was mono e mono. And it was like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It's not even right.
You just gave me a Latin lesson.
I was gonna say,
I just thought it was mono e mono.
He's speaking Spanish right now.
Spanish, yeah.
He speaks French in there too. And, there's a lot of lines where he speaks French. I told my friends, like, hey, you remind me of Joker. You speak French. She was not happy. She was not happy. She's like, do not compare me to the Joker, please. Like, just because he speaks French, that doesn't mean it.
Yeah, I had, as much as I have the Joker laying down at the end as like one of my favorite scenes, after his death, the moments leading up to his death, like him dangling from the helicopter, it's not as like cool and haunting as I remember it.
It's kind of insulting to the Joker.
Yeah, like he kind of like he doesn't say anything. You know, there's no like. I don't know. You know, like I wish we had gotten a little bit more, like more yelling or pleading or whatever, or him being like,
sure,
I don't care, like whatever, you don't fall to my death or something. You know, whatever. They could have gone wackier. They could have gone him. You know, like whatever.
Another
breaking down. Like,
another one-liner. Something.
Yeah, some one-liner. Yeah, but he just kind of like grunts a little bit and then he falls. You know.
Yeah.
Which the idea is cool, but I just think that would have been a perfect moment for Nicholson to kind of give his last little
maybe like a laugh as he's falling.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
That scene also goes on so long that it's like you could either just cut it or give him something to do because he is literally just for like a good 10 minutes.
You're like, oh, okay, he's gonna fall. Like, I know this. I can.
Yeah, it's like, I even know.
Yeah. So that was my last one.
That was your last one.
Because Chuck took my other one. Yeah. Sorry, Juan. Sorry, Prince.
Hey, yo. Much love for Prince. Okay, I'm more of an MJ fan. It's okay. One weird nitpick. I feel like Batman's landing is a bit slow at times. I know that sounds really weird, but I feel like there's no real power to his landing. And I know that doesn't make really much sense, but I feel like considering like the speed he's going down, it's very ominous, it's very menacing. But I feel like if I were to see this guy and he just like, slowly glides to me, like I'd have a chance to get out
like
there.
gliding instead of dropping. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like if it had more of a drop, it's such a silly nitpick, I know, but I guess that's what this part is for. But like I like it, but I just feel like it could have been more ominous for like, the Dark Knight to have this guy have like a more of a scary kind of thing as opposed to just like, oh, here I am.
He had 9 more guys on his pull wire to like really sink him in, basically.
I think it would have been scarier for something they picked up on in a later Batman film if he could just turn his head too. Like that was
oh my god,
something I never noticed as a kid, but like
it's totally goofy for sure. Yeah.
And my final nitpick is that's a big one. It's Bruce Wayne sleeping with Vicky after their date while she's wasted and he's stone cold sober.
Yeah, that was
because like they have dinner and all that, and she's like, "Oh, Bruce," and she's like, "Oh, I'm like, I can barely stand. I'm so tipsy," and he's like, "Huh, me? Never touch the stuff. Anyways, bedroom's upstairs." To it. Kind of thing. It's just like,
let's say that one drink and I'm flying.
Yeah, exactly.
That's our Playboy.
Sure, yeah. It's funny.
I never noticed. Oh my god, dude! I don't know. Is that it? Is Bruce Wayne canceled?
I got some of the soap opera blocking. So there's this soap opera thing where two people are having a dramatic conversation. They're looking at each other, but somebody in the foreground will turn and towards camera, like look away from the person they're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
That happens 2 or 3 times in this movie. Okay. I both love it and hate it. This is just one of my nitpicks. But there's it's a very 1980s
I agree.
thing to do.
Okay.
They do it a couple times.
It's funny.
But there's a couple times they do it really well, which I will give them props for later on.
Mm-hmm.
They probably did it like once and then they're like, oh, that looks pretty good. Let's do that again.
No, they do it.
Let's do it again 3 more times.
They do it one really badly. But there's another one. I guess I can just go into it. There's where the Joker hits the final mob boss with the pen in the neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Keaton and Vale. I'm going to mess up their names constantly, but they're both in the shot, and they're both like facing each other. And then Batman or Bruce Wayne leaves, and then Knox is in the background, and so he's like looking at Vicky and their relationship, going, "Oh man, that's a really good use of it." But like some other parts where she gets into the Batcave for the first time, and then they're just going back and forth, and they both turn away from each other to like talk to each other. Yeah. It's like, oh Jesus, this is the young and the restless.
Yeah, 100%. Gotta get that crowd in.
You guys got any more?
No, that's all I can think of, honestly.
Right on. We'll go on to rainy day double features. What would you pair this film with?
Well, funny enough, it wasn't a rainy day, but the moment I finished it, immediately put on Batman Returns.
So did I.
Yeah.
They're on Tubi.
Yeah.
Praise Tubi.
Yeah, honestly, praise Tubi. I'm just like, no, I gotta do it. So you watch Batman Returns time. You can't do one without the other. That's how I feel. And
that's why I was so enthusiastic about doing these movies for these episodes, because I haven't watched them since I was a kid, apparently.
Wow.
But I was blown away by both of them, and I'm so happy to be doing them right now.
Yeah. I will say Returns has a lot more adult jokes, though.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, sure.
The penguin alone is enough. I'm like, they really... Okay. Because the whole lore about why they had to put Joel Schumacher as a director because of Returns.
No.
Oh, so McDonald's did a toy line with Batman Returns, and there's so many scenes in that film where McDonald's was just like, oh shit, we can't be having this. Like, there's a little line. What can I say here?
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's literally a line when Penguin meets Catwoman on his bed. He's like, oh, just the pussy I've been looking for.
Oh, right.
And it's just like, yes, this is
yeah.
exactly what we want to market to kids as they get to, their like little like Big Mac meals.
Yep, they had a Disney problem, that's for sure. Yeah.
Fun times. Thank you, Danny DeVito. For that. That doesn't really hear my mind.
That's just McDonald's. They need to be better on their marketing. It's like, then you need a hard cut to, Bruce Wayne and being like, just the McNugget 99 deal I've been looking for. And then you're like, oh, that's right. Like, Penguin's a bad guy. Bruce is good because he eats nuggies.
So for mine, and I know this is going to sound pretty whack, but fuck it, I don't care. Screw everybody. I had an original idea and then I decided not to go with it. Because I really wanted to pair it with The Flash. Because of Keaton's back. Like, I feel like it's your
I got you.
right, but the new Flash, right?
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it's like a nice little, you get the beginning of sort of this iteration of, or not even an iteration, but this era of kind of like the DC filmmaking.
Yeah.
Because ultimately it does all kind of tie it back in together. And then you get like the very end of it, both with Keaton. And I feel like, despite whatever you might think, about the Flash movie, I think everybody kind of universally agrees that Keaton did awesome in at least his parts, like he did.
That was like a third Keaton Batman movie.
Yeah, it absolutely was.
Yep.
And, it's nice to get, him to go back to that role and to just, and I kind of felt like, you know what, maybe I don't need to watch like all the in-between stuff, but I want Keaton at the beginning and I want Keaton at the end.
We can edit that down. We can edit that movie down to like 20 minutes.
So yeah, I was like, I kind of want to watch The Flash now.
All right on. I'll take it.
Yeah, I went Toxic Avenger.
That's a classic.
Both Toxie and the Joker are created by vats of toxic waste.
There you go.
And, I'm doubling down. If there's one thing America needs more of, it's vats of toxic waste.
Onto this movie's cocktail.
Yeah. Well, Juan already said it, but, I love purple.
I love purple. That's the name of it.
Yeah, today's drink is I love purple.
Oh, wonderful.
You didn't make blowjobs.
Excuse me.
That's the second round. So.
Yeah, you didn't tell me what I was in for.
Treat our guests well, We got 1.5 ounces of green tea vodka, 3/4 ounce of blackberry syrup, 3/4 ounce of lime juice, 1/4 ounce of maraschino liqueur. Shake and strain into a chilled coupe and sip as you wait for someone to come along so you can spring your devil in the pale moonlight on again and again and again. I do love that that's just like it's in his back pocket. Yeah, I love that he even admits, he's like, yeah, it's just some cool shit that I say to people sometimes.
That's his Ezekiel. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Green tea vodka.
Yeah. It's trying to be like green and purple together,
That's wild.
for the
nice,
Joker.
dude.
I love it. I was expecting a Joker drink, and you did not disappoint.
Yeah, it's very,
A
very
little bit
good.
of Heath Ledger came out there. My apologies. Wrong Joker.
All's welcome. And with that, we'll take our first ad break.
And break.
For sure.
And we're back! Welcome back to everyone's favorite segment, Nostalgia Killers Trivia. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who knows this about the big black bat?
Damn.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, fine. All right, guys.
Let's do it.
So, disclaimer: 90% of the trivia was like, because again, this movie was, 12, 13 years in the making. 90% of trivia was like the tons and tons of people who were considered to be in the movie, to direct the movie, to write the movie. So I tried my best to not make it all about that.
Okay.
But there's definitely like 5 of those questions on here.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Question number 1. True or false? At the time of its release, this was the 5th highest grossing film of all time. True or false?
True.
I'm going to say false because it's going to be higher than that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chuck. False.
It is true. It was the 5th. It was the 5th highest grossing film of all time after E.T., Star Wars: A New Hope, Indiana Jones Crusade, and Jaws.
I had an unfair advantage. I was there.
Like it's definitely it made a 411 million.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, it was on the news for years. Like they were talking about how big this movie was.
Yeah. Question number 2. Which of these actors was not considered for the role of Batman? A. Robert De Niro. B. Mel Gibson. C. Tom Hanks. D. Arnold Schwarzenegger. E. Jeff Bridges. Or F. Ray Liotta.
You went to F?
I did.
Jesus, man.
I did. I could have done the whole alphabet literally like 4 times.
I'm gonna need to hear him again.
Yeah, I'm sitting here.
I'll tell you again, and I'll just say it without the letters, right? Robert De Niro, Mel Gibson, Tom Hanks, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jeff Bridges, Ray Liotta. Who was not considered?
I'm gonna go with Tom Hanks.
I'm gonna go with Jeff Bridges.
I'm gonna go with Ray Liotta.
Nobody got it. Yeah.
Don't tell me it was De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
God, he was
He was not considered.
I thought he was.
He was not for the role of Batman. No,
Dude,
no,
I was
no.
literally just like, he's getting too old at that point.
Yeah. Mel Gibson, Tom Hanks, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jeff Bridges, and Ray Liotta were all considered.
Wow, Mel Gibson.
Wow. This was in the making for a long time.
Yeah. Number 3. Which one of these actors was not considered for the role of the Joker? Is it A. Tim Curry, B. John Lithgow, C. Alan Rickman, D. Gene Wilder, E. Robert De Niro, F. Robin Williams?
I'm gonna go with Robin Williams.
I'm gonna, just to be... no, I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna go Robin Williams.
Who was the one after John Lithgow?
After John Lithgow, Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman's my choice.
Nobody got it.
It would have been great if you listed the same names from the previous.
I mean, there's some overlap. Yeah, no. And it's great because like all the answers are fucking bad shit.
Yeah.
So even my fake one doesn't stand out. But so it was actually Gene Wilder.
Okay.
He was not considered for the Joker. Sure. Everybody else was.
Alan Rickman is the Joker? Really? Cerberus Snape?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's versatile.
He was the sheriff of Nottingham.
That's right.
And the two that got closest to it was John Lithgow and Robin Williams.
Oh.
I do remember Robin Williams. That man was...
Yeah.
Poor man.
Okay, last one of these questions for a while. Which one of these directors was not considered for the film to direct the film? A. Richard Donner, B. David Cronenberg, C. Mel Brooks, D. Wes Craven, or E. Robert Zemeckis?
Mel Brooks.
I'm gonna go Wes Craven.
Richard Donner.
Mel Brooks.
Hey.
Yeah.
We would have had another Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Batman.
I was just thinking though, because it is a comic book, I was like, I could see them be like, well, yeah, like this is the G. Willikers version. You know, we're giving it to Mel.
And Gene Wilder most likely would have been in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Question number 5. True or false? After days of increasing hostility between Keaton and Nicholson regarding Keaton's boring acting, Nicholson provoked Keaton with, "For fuck's sake, kid, knock it off. You gotta get nuts." To which Keaton responded angrily, "You wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts!" Which the producers loved and incorporated into the film.
I'll go with false on that one, Chief.
I'll go true.
I'm gonna go true.
It is false.
Damn
I made that
Yeah.
shit up.
Nice, dude. Nicely done.
Ooh, and I got the Joker card.
Hey,
Nice. I mean, it's symbolic. You win. Yeah.
We didn't shuffle these. I got the Joker and the ad card.
Number 6. Which of these was the original scripted response to the thug asking, "Who are you?" instead of "I'm Batman"? A. You know me. I'm the Batman. B. Keaton imitating a bat screech. C. I'm the dark. I'm the night. I'm the Batman. D. I'm the Batman, motherfucker.
I want it to be B so bad, but it's gotta be C.
I'm saying C.
What was he?
I'm the dark. I'm the night. I'm the Batman.
Yeah, I'll have to go with that too.
See? Everyone's saying C? All right. No.
What?
It is actually, and it's confirmed, it was D.
Whoa.
It was originally written as "I'm the Batman, motherfucker." They were going to put that as their one PG-13 F-bomb.
When Sam Jackson was playing Batman?
Are you for real?
Yeah, and then the producers looked at the guy and were like, "We can't have that in
It
there."
was going to be a much darker movie if they did that at the beginning.
That's how you start things off. Yeah.
I'd be afraid of him. I'd be afraid of him.
Then you would kill them.
Yeah, you just let him drop.
Yeah.
I want you to tell your friends about me. I'm the Batman.
Yeah, dude, I came up with that bass screeching thing. I was like, that sounds so fucking hilarious. I wish that was true.
That's way more terrifying.
Question number 7. This film was in development hell for years. At one point, Ivan Reitman was considered to direct with a more comedic and campy approach, starring which pairing as Batman and Robin? A. Bill Murray and Eddie Murphy. B. Steve Martin and David Spade. C. Kurt Russell and Mark Hamill. D. Steve Martin and Rick Moranis.
It would be.
I'm going to go C.
Oh, D.
It is A. Bill Murray and Eddie Murphy.
Are you for real?
And the
One
reason
fucking card.
and the reason it didn't happen was because, according to Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy was getting greedy and he wanted to play Batman. And Bill said, "I'm too old to do Boy Wonder."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Which, yeah, God. True or false? There is no CGI in this film.
False.
False.
True.
It is false.
Huh?
There's very minimal. It's kind of sorry.
What do you consider CGI? Because there's not a lot of computer graphic stuff in here.
Right, there isn't. It's very minimal, but it's there.
It's hand-drawn
It is
stuff.
considered the last blockbuster to not use major CGI.
Huh?
But there's minor CGI in there, yeah. Although, yes, most of it was animated, stop motion, etc.
But that's not CGI.
Right, no, yeah. It was in addition to that, there was some CGI work in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. I don't know. I'll take that up with the court.
True or false? This movie won an Academy Award and was the first superhero movie to do so.
False.
True.
True.
It is true.
Hey.
It won the Academy Award for art direction. Best art direction.
Dang. Yeah, I thought it was Superman.
True or false? Originally, Tim Burton had cast his then-girlfriend, Catherine O'Hara, as Vicky Vale, but he convinced her to withdraw from the film due to his discomfort with a tastefully, dimly lit nude scene. Keaton's then-girlfriend, Michelle Pfeiffer, was brought in, but she backed out because she didn't want to do the scene either. Finally, Kim Basinger was brought on, and though she was excited about the scene, it was ultimately cut from the script.
I want to say true.
True.
True?
No, it's false. Yeah, just made that shit up.
I was like,
Did he actually date Michelle Pfeiffer?
He did date. Yeah, he was dating Michelle. So he was dating Michelle.
That was all true.
Yeah, he was dating Michelle Pfeiffer at the time.
If there was a nude scene somewhere of Kim Basinger, we would have seen it on the internet by now.
Yeah, which is really funny. So the reason they didn't bring Michelle Pfeiffer on was because he thought it would be awkward to have his actual girlfriend play Vicky Vale, which was hilarious because then she was in the second one, but at that point they weren't dating.
Okay.
Which I would argue it's more awkward for your ex to lick your face than your girlfriend to pretend to sleep with you. But
Man, pulling all the curly-haired baddies, dang.
As a director, I would do that though. That's how you get them to act all fucking weird next to each other.
That's what I'm saying.
it's Jerry Springer, right?
Yep, fuck yeah. Oh, you two hate each other. Let's put you in the same room for like 12 hours.
There you go. Yeah. Hating each other in public, but actually in private.
Pretend to love each other. Do it.
Exactly.
let's see, and I believe our winner is.
No, I've only got 3.
I only got 2.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Congratulations.
Luke. Wonderfully done, sir.
Thank you. We were going to have to reshuffle or redeal because these don't count as anything. So.
No. You got this.
Yeah, Juan's got the high card there.
No.
Thanks for participating, guys.
Yeah,
thank you so
thanks
much,
for doing it, man. And with that, we'll take, actually, I'd like to thank our executive producer, Eddie Martinez.
Hey.
And Eddie Martinez.
Hey.
And
I got excited. I thought it was somebody else.
still supporting us. Thank you, Eddie. We love you as always. And if you would like to support us and be an executive producer and get your name shouted out on every episode, you can support us for $15 a month on Patreon. Patreon.com/The Nostalgia Killers. I think it's been a long time since I've read
The Nostalgia Killers podcast.
Podcast.
There we go.
Yes, it's Patreon.com/Nostalgia Killers podcast. Damn it. I need to put that in my damn notes. I read the same notes every fucking week. Anyways.
You know what I don't need to put in my notes? How much we appreciate you, Addie. You are our Vicky Vale out there, covering the story that is the Nostalgia Killers, and we salute you.
Eddie's our Bruce Wayne. That's where the money's coming from, dude.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Eddie. And with that, we'll take our second ad break.
And break number 2.
And we're back with Act 3, the award categories, where we start off with my new band name. I got a few. I listened to this. I thought there were more. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Yeah, man.
You guys have luck?
Yeah, I got my neutered 3,
That's what I got, yeah.
We got 3. I just got the 1.
That's fine.
All good.
How about you, Javi?
So I have New Aesthetic. And that's in reference to the You Will Join Me in the Avant-Garde and the New Aesthetic. And it's like an indie pop band.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What you got?
For me, it would be Face on the $1 bill. I feel like it'd be a great rock band name.
There you go.
Hey.
Just have the rock, just have the band itself just flowing, money during their shows.
Yeah.
I've got Decent People, and then in parentheses, Shouldn't Live Here, and they're an industrial band. They get really mad when you don't say the parentheses. It's like, have you heard Decent People Shouldn't Live Here? No, dude.
Yeah.
It's Decent People Shouldn't Live Here.
Yeah.
But I put the pause in.
Right. Like Panic at the Disco.
Exactly.
Oh, exactly. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Found that
No
a couple
wonder my
years ago.
sister's been pissed off all these years.
I've got A Grin Again and Again.
Nice.
They're clown rock.
Oh,
Kind of like ICP.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Fuck yeah. I have Afford to Be Odd. And it's an experimental funk band that's formed by Nepo babies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. It's obviously a play on the line. The rich know, you know why the rich are so odd? Because they can afford to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I have The Most Worthless Guy in America, and it's a solo folk punk act. It's just like a guy with a bunch of loop pedals, and yeah.
My second one is The Wonderful Toys.
Ooh,
With their hit song "Never Rub Another Man's Rhubarb."
that's good. That's good. But I kind of thought of one just now. Just like, He Stole My Balloons as an emo band.
Oh, yeah. Nice. My last one, I have Candy Walker. It's a country act, and that's the name of one of the models that dies from the Smilex. I forget the other one's name, but it was something kind of cool too. And it's like Candy Walker, and I was like, Candy Walker, country extraordinaire.
Yeah, I've got another riff on the Never Rub Another Man's Rhubarb, and it's just the Rhubarb Rubbers. And they're a garage rock band.
Nice.
On to Roger Deakins' Would Be Proud Award for cinematography. This is where I kind of put my love in for that blocking, that soap opera blocking, where they do use, they hide Knox behind Bruce Wayne in the shot. And Bruce Wayne walks out and Knox is there, and the story continues. Without moving the camera. Yeah, that's me.
This is a funny one, but I had the Dutch angles in the movie, and that's because it actually gives it that comic book panel feel.
Yeah.
In my opinion, right?
Yeah.
Like, yep. I think for the first one that I saw, I was like, Dutch angle, and I kind of laughed at it, and then as it kind of went on, I was like, oh, you know what? That looks straight out of a comic book. I'm pretty sure that's exactly why they did it.
Yep.
And then I ended up loving it. After that, every time I saw it, I'm like, yeah, that's a frame right there.
They use it well. They don't overuse it.
Right.
Not, yeah.
I think with me, once again, going back to the forest scene. the forest driving scene. Not sure this is exactly what you guys are looking for, but I just love the way the camera moves into the car, out of the car. You get like the full frontal view of the car coming straight towards you. You see like the leaves flowing, you know, you see them running, like going through the water. Just there's just something about how I love, like you see the bird's eye view, like coming in, going straight to, it's almost like an ad of sorts for this thing. You know, for a car, you know, you'll never afford. So that's my scene. That scene just lives rent free in my head. There's just something about that scene. I'm gonna dream about that dream. I'm gonna dream about that scene later tonight.
It's awesome.
Yeah, for me, it's just there's a really simple pull from they frame up the moon and then they pull down to Joker sitting at Grissom's desk for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And he kicks his feet up and it's just like, it's just like perfectly, like it's perfectly framed and he's just there like just relishing and like literally chewing the scenery.
Yeah. And we'll go on to, is that Channing Tatum and a dog collar award? There's a few in here, but I've got Billy D. Williams.
That's mine as well.
That's mine as well.
Orlando.
Nice.
That's a big one, yeah.
There was talk of him like moving on into the second Batman as Harvey Dent, but it never materialized.
Yeah.
So
we didn't get that till the comic book that came out recently.
What's that?
Oh, there was a comic book that came out recently called Batman '89, and it's supposed to be Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent.
Oh,
it's his origin story as Two-Face, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the odd man out. I gave it to Tracy Walter as Bob.
yeah,
My number one man, Bob.
Yeah.
Which, as soon as I saw him, I was like, is that the... And it is. I was like, that's the guy from Repo Man.
Yeah.
That's what I know him from, yeah.
Okay.
And I just realized this time watching it that when the Joker was telling him he was his number one man, he was imitating, what's his name? Grissom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did never got that as a kid, and I kind of didn't get it as an adult. Like right now, I don't get it. I don't get it. It was a joke just for himself.
I think Grissom was saying it jokingly to him.
Well, it was almost menacing.
Yeah, definitely mockingly. Like he knew that he and Grissom's girl were a thing, and he's just like, you are my number one guy, you know?
Yeah, maybe Joker's intention was reminding Bob, like, hey, you're also expendable.
Yeah.
But Bob wasn't there. Bob didn't know.
Bob was not there, but he did kill Bob, if I remember correctly.
But later on, after Bob fucked up.
Bob wouldn't know what that was in reference to.
Yeah, it was a weird thing.
Yeah, maybe he planned to kill Bob. Who knows? Who knows what's going on in Joker's mind? He's a little wackadoo.
What do you guys got?
Oh
no, we did. And I'm back. Let's go on to why I like Waterworld. A controversial hot take.
Want to do Hans Gruber first?
No.
No.
I do. But does anyone have anything other than Joker?
For Best Death Award?
Yeah.
Yes, actually. I don't know his name, but the guy who beats the crap out of Batman in the church.
Oh yeah.
I do like that.
Was pretty good.
Dude, listen, that whole fight scene is amazing because they set up Batman to be like Batman. The other way to say it, this guy is supposed to he kicks everyone's ass. There's this random dude from nowhere, just punches him through a wall, grabs a hook, and just starts beating on him. And then what does Batman have to do is use his legs to grab him by the neck, hit him with the belt, and throw him down. You can't tell me Batman doesn't kill after that. That guy's not surviving, dude. This ain't Cyberpunk where he's dropping on a bag of garbage or something. You know what I mean? He is dead. He is dead. But yeah,
that's awesome. That's
a good one. I dig it.
Yeah, that one was actually almost made my nitpicks because I was gonna be like, the one guy before he kills Joker, the one henchman that Batman kills before Joker is black.
I was gonna see. Okay, I'm sorry. On my notes, it says here black guy in church.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours actually reminded me. So I'm changing what I have written on here because I had something else. But now that you mention it, the guy just before that, the guy who jumps in out of fucking nowhere and just breaks through the floor and that's it. That's you can't even attribute it to Batman. He just he just did it himself. Terrible. If only they were really going for the Batman doesn't kill, and then immediately after he kills the black dude.
He'd probably get involuntary manslaughter for it.
Yeah. I just love his scream. He's just that's a hell of a fight.
We should do an award for Noah Wilhelm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what? That is weird. Didn't throw one of those in there.
Yep. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
I guess so.
On to why I like Waterworld. A controversial hot take. You guys got anything juicy?
Yeah. Bruce should have fired Alfred after letting Vicky into his secret lair and exposing his identity.
Fucking Jesus. Yeah.
Because it's like he was gonna tell her like on his own terms and stuff, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, I can't, and also Joker interferes, but then he's just like there, seething, trying to crack the code of like what the Joker's up to, and all of a sudden Vicky's just like, hey Bruce.
He's that pushy parent. It's like, why aren't you married yet? You should get married.
Yeah, seriously. Jesus.
I have one. Jack Nicholson is the best Joker. I mean, it's not a super hot take, but I think it's enough of a hot take. I think a lot of people kind of, point to Ledger. Heath Ledger. But I think as far as like, Joker popping off the comic book pages, I think Jack Nicholson's the best. Mm-hmm. Because he's got kind of that spookiness of the later, or that menacing like evilness of the later Jokers, but he still has that, funny, Cesar Romero aspect of it. So I it's like the perfect combination of both of his kind of traits. So that's my hot take.
Well, you're canceled. No.
I'm sorry, Javi. They're going to replace you with another Martinez, which is me. So.
Justice for Joaquin.
For me, I'm not sure how much of a hot take this is, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like Joker being Batman's parents' killer is a bit lame.
Oh, it's very lame.
Yeah, okay.
It's like unnecessary.
Okay.
That is like...
Oh, sorry.
that was another thing that almost made my nitpicks. It's just like, you don't need to know who killed his parents.
The whole idea is just it was a random, murder.
Act, yeah.
A random act. And a lot of movies nowadays do that. Going back to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, it happened during a riot that was caused by, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. But the whole idea about that was just like, this is Gotham City. Like, shit happens.
Gotham City killed them.
Gotham City killed them. It wasn't just, this was planned. Like, I want to do this because, it's the end thing to do, or just because, or even like now in the more recent Telltale game series too, it's this whole plot about like, the Waynes were killed for this specific reason. Like,
right, the political motivations.
Yeah, like, I don't know what's, it's just like, I mean, cool idea for the film, but, not something that I would like want it to be canon.
I would defend it in the way that they were thinking back then, as when they had no idea how many more of these movies they could make.
That's fair.
And they had to make it grounded enough for a general audience to latch onto.
I will say, as a moviegoer, as someone who's not, I would definitely agree with you there. Be like, this is just like my first time seeing anything Batman related. Oh, super cool reveal. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Goes full circle. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I totally get it. I understand. Mine is so the whole opening scene, the mugging, Batman coming to do what he does to those robbers. He doesn't really fix anything. Mm-hmm. He doesn't return the money or the purse to the family that was accosted.
Just beats him up.
And
just kind of has a woogie boogie woo.
It's pretty much just a PR campaign to like get his name out there. That's kind of selfish.
That's a good point.
The whole beginning of the movie so it was a bad move on Batman's part.
He was trying. You can't even say it was like year one Batman. You can clearly tell he's been at this for a while when we're talking about him.
Yeah, exactly. That's my hot take. On to Blue Velvet meets Blue's Clues. Mashups. Or edits. Or changes.
Yeah. I said Batman 89 meets the Green Lantern.
Which Green Lantern?
The one we don't speak of, the Ryan Reynolds one.
Jesus. Oh my.
So I said take out all of the CGI and green screen and replace it with hand-built sets, models, and stop motion.
Oh, gotcha.
You might almost have a watchable movie.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I gotcha.
Also, just punch up the script a little bit. Just a little. Just
just a bit, yeah. God. I didn't have a film specifically, just an idea. So I just had Batman meets A24. Make Batman an A24 movie, man.
That's almost like the Batman
like
we have
now. Almost. I wanted to go way more experimental and dark. Like I want him like a 10-minute hallucination scene of like bats and like ancient like bat gods and bring in like fucking man bat. I don't know, but just go.
We almost got that.
Go crazy, man. Just like this can be its own universe, its own little thing. Kind of like the Joker films. But I want this to be a Batman-centered film, but just batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I would have to go for probably The Matrix. I would love to see some action scenes in the style of the Wachowski siblings.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you know, I know we kind of got that a little bit with, you know, Batman versus Superman. I know not the best film, but the warehouse scene, you know, I'd love to see some of that in this film with what they could do with Keaton, which I didn't see The Flash. I don't know if we had scenes like that with him in it.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I'd like to see, you know, like the bullet time, you know, all of that going on. You have Batman, you know, dodging bullets left and right. Because I feel like there wasn't a lot of Batman really doing. I mean, I'm sure the suit didn't allow him to do anything.
Nothing. Yeah.
But I would have loved to see more some acrobatic Batman, which I don't think we even didn't really get to see till like maybe Batman Forever, and even then that was mostly Chris O'Donnell as Robin who was doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely I think this mixed with some Matrix would have been some really cool stuff.
For me, keeping it in the Tim Burton universe, I got Edward Scissorhands as Batman.
Oh.
And it's really mostly him just failing at driving the Batmobile because he can't.
They're falling to their doom and he can't fire the grappling gun. It's just like,
that scene he's trying to grab like
everyone
Jack
he tries
Napier.
to save, he just stabs.
Yeah, he's like trying to grab Jack Napier there right before he falls into the acid.
Very short movie. Very short movie. And that brings us to Here Comes Kanye, our pluggables.
Oh.
Time to talk about things going on and pluggables.
Oh.
With our guest Juan.
Okay.
How about you go first?
Sure thing. So, as I mentioned before, I am known as Dollar Store Michael Kovac, and the reason is because I'm part of a fan-dubbing group called Pantheon of Hearts on YouTube, and what we do is we fan-dub a lot of like Vivzy Pop stuff, so like, you know, Has Been a Hotel, Hell of a Boss, all that kind of stuff on YouTube. We're currently at like 29,000 subscribers, 100 away from 30,000. If you guys want to check it out, it's at youtube.com/@Pantheon of Heart.
Oh yeah.
Just something worth while. Check it out if you like our stuff. We're going to revamp it soon in October, get a lot of more original content out there. So, you know, shout out to the crew. Make sure you guys watch this and make sure you guys subscribe to this on Spotify because these are some great people.
Oh, appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
I think we have like 34.
Well,
hey, we got 35 now, bud.
And it's all of our ghost accounts. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
nice
you.
to
We
know.
started a few months ago and it's ridiculous. It's
Been
ridiculous.
impressive. Yeah.
very nice.
Thank you.
For the Nostalgia Killers, we just received our first 100 decks of playing cards. Chuck is menacingly smashing into the microphone.
Do you hear that, world?
So look forward to future giveaways.
That's the sign of gambling.
That's right. Future giveaways. We're going to figure out how to... we have like 100 total. There's a augmented reality game built into the cards. I'm wondering when we should start that game. Maybe after the majority of the cards are distributed.
Probably.
But there's that to look forward to. And I think that's it for us. You guys got anything, Javi?
No. I guess just so it's certified authenticity. I did bring a little piece of memorabilia
that's right.
today that we'll do something with hopefully soon. Just so you guys know that it was legit. It was here, and we all partook.
Yeah.
So we'll try to do some sort of giveaway or something along with the cards. Yeah.
Enjoy how vague that is. 'Cause it's like,
It's a Funko Pop.
No way, Funko Pop? Sorry, every time I'm at a con with a friend, he always like, no way, they got Funko Pops? I'm like, I gotta stop bringing you to places.
Awesome. You got anything, Chuck?
nah, just this wonderful podcast.
Oh,
so please
how
like,
lovely.
share, subscribe, follow, all that stuff.
Poor Chuck has been editing all of our shows this year.
He has, and very poorly at that. So, no.
Another great.
As a listener, you do a great job.
You did an excellent job.
Thank you. I was fishing for compliments, and goddamn, did I get some bites.
Awesome. Let's go on to Do We Call Jules and Vincent? I've got a good feeling about this one, but I'm going to let it live. No phone call from me.
Well, surprisingly, no, I'm gonna let it live. Yeah, I'm gonna let it live. Obviously,
About to pour the rest of my cider on you.
I said at the beginning, best.
Yeah.
That's my
I
Batman.
got to
so.
tell you, this might be a hot take, but I was surprised.
Oh.
Surprised you like this
I'm
one.
almost insulted. But
I guess
It's just...
I'm assuming he thinks you have bad takes. I'm sorry.
No. It's just the right, mix of, a little before your time.
Sure.
and possibly you wouldn't like it. It was just like, I bet Javi doesn't like this one.
Right. Historically, that's fair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're also like an enigma. You're also an enigma. So to shout out another guest that has been on the program, Taylor Diffenderfer. Hi, Taylor. Hope you're listening.
Hi, Taylor.
Yeah, she was like, I don't understand his taste. Like, I don't know what he likes and what he doesn't like.
You're the foil of the show,
Yeah.
man. I love it. You're the best.
But yeah, I'm gonna let it live.
You want to live, Mr. Juan?
I will let it live.
right.
100%.
All right, excellent. That brings us to our Sonic Death Monkey Top 5. Top 5 movie gadgets you wish you could have owned. Or can own.
And we'll round robin it.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah. Cool.
Start with number 5, Javier.
All right. Number 5. Just potentially the best gadget, but because of its implications, I have it at number 5. I have the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Nice.
I was so worried it was gonna be a fembot.
I thought so too. I was very worried for a second. I was about to be like, thank you for the water.
Yeah.
I'll find my own way home.
No. Obviously, having the DeLorean, time travel would be super awesome. But yeah, again, just you mess with time, and some pretty weird shit happens. So
A fembot could have a flux capacitor. No?
I don't even want to think about how that would work. I can't get to 88 miles an hour, Luke.
You're just not trying hard enough, Javi. That's...
Juan, number 5.
Probably a lightsaber. Ooh. I know.
After seeing that one episode of Rick and Morty where it just falls through the earth straight down, I didn't pick one because I knew it would be just like the end of it. It would just fuck everything up somehow. I would chop my own arm off. But I see the draw.
Yeah.
I understand the allure of it.
Fuck yeah.
My number 5, I went, because it's not a gadget, that's why it's number 5. It's the Terminator's robot eyes from the film The Terminator.
That one.
I just want to be able to like have that like scanning ability and like, just be able to look at something, just be like, ficus, like just so you have to just for sheer identifying purposes, because there's so much I don't know about the world. Like I'm like, is that a squirrel? And I was like, no, that's a chipmunk. I have robot eyes and I can tell now.
I love your use of the applications. It's amazing.
Using it for good.
My number 5, which I just realized from watching this movie again that I really love, is the Joker's boxing glove gun.
Oh yeah.
Or shoots the TV with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
I don't know how many fucking televisions he just destroys.
Oh my god. Yes, 100%.
But how good would it feel?
Does destroy televisions? Yeah, no. I was thinking that too. Like this man has destroyed at least 3.
Yeah, that we see.
Yeah, that was. Who knows how many else? I like to think it's like Bob. Go get me another one.
Right.
Bob,
Another Best Buy run.
Bob, make sure the glove reaches the TV. Okay. Yeah.
For my number 4, I had pin particles from Ant-Man. So, to be able to shrink things. It makes a lot of things extra portable. So, cool, man. Shrink stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it.
To continue with the Marvel theme, probably the web shooters. I gotta feel that rush, man. Yeah. I know Sonoma County is definitely not the city. It'll be like that scene in what is it like? In Homecoming.
Homecoming,
where he's like at the golf field, and he's just like, crap, how am I getting back?
Nothing to stick to. Yeah.
Yeah, my number 4, I have the Rube Goldberg breakfast machine from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I almost put that in.
Yeah. And like I'm a glutton, so like I would use it and I would eat that breakfast because I love that movie, but it bums me out so much to see him just like take one bite of Mr. T cereal and then like okay, we're gone, we're out.
I would put my mouth on the nozzle at the end of it.
Exactly.
Just let it fall into my face. My number 4 is the Handbook for the Recently Deceased from Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I know you can buy like an actual thing of it, but I want to draw the door and go into their dead world.
Fuck yeah.
I'm loving all this Tim Burton stuff.
Yeah,
there you go.
to me.
Theme, man.
Yep. There's more coming.
My number 3, another potentially weird one. And sort of a cop out, but not really. Number 3, I have Inspector Gadget.
I almost put him too. Just the
entire guy?
man.
Yeah, about the entire guy.
Yeah.
He is a living walking gadget. He's
Matthew
a gadget.
Broderick? You want Matthew Broderick in your life.
But also,
Okay.
if you
Oh my
own
God.
Inspector Gadget, is that slavery? This
think
is a real, this is why I didn't put it on the
opens a-
list. I was like, I don't know if he's autonomous enough to count as like a robot or like, I don't know.
I wish you had. I mean, maybe I could just have him as a friend, right? But he's not number 3 because, I'm sure after a while, like, yeah, okay, guy, you get it. You have like fucking 20 different lighters. Like, you're so cool.
He's someone I would classify as intellectually pliable.
Yeah.
You could trick him into doing whatever the fuck you wanted him to do. So yeah, it's a good one.
Inspector Gadget. Yep.
Yeah, the entire body. I would almost call that cheating, but I'm with you on that. It's a good one.
So, somewhat similar to Chuck here is sort of like the Pokédex.
Oh.
To kind of figure out like what each animal is. I wouldn't need the bionic, eyes or anything. So, this would be a little bit not as advanced, but I think the Pokédex would be kind of cool thing to have.
That's awesome.
You'd be like, oh, like that's a rat. What type of rat? Oh, like don't let it bite you. You know what I mean?
Friend? No, not at all. For my number 3, I had the latex mask maker from Mission Impossible.
Oh fuck yeah!
Damn it. That's
Not
a
even
good
for impersonating people, just because like I love dress up and Halloween so much. You would just kill at every Halloween party where it's like, oh my god, no, that guy, he's literally like, look, like I know it's kind of offensive, but he is literally like, Trump right now or whoever you want to be. Like it's just
You would probably only use it to make Toxic Avenger masks.
exactly.
Yeah. My number 3 is a scissor hand. Just one.
Just one.
So I can still function with the
That
other.
way you said,
And have pokey bits, Yeah.
There's that Tim Burton again.
Yep, exactly.
My number 2, my number 2 is the Orgasmorator from Orgasmo.
Oh Lord, that's a choice.
And again, it's not just for weird purposes, okay? I just feel like I just feel like I don't need it. I'm perfectly capable without it. But I just feel like that's a lot of what's wrong with our world today. That's why people are so angry. We just need to give people that happiness, that euphoria. And if I could just do it, sneakily from like behind a dumpster, just
Javier, excuse me. Every single moment I've been wanting to leave is because of you. I want you to know this right now.
I also love that every other question so far, you're like, this is going to get a lot of, this is going to be a weird one, guys, strap in. And then you just, that one you came in clean. You were like, obviously the Orgasmorator.
Good one, Joda boy.
yeah.
Oh, when do we get to do that movie?
I could have sworn we did it already, but we
No.
haven't. We need to do that one.
So going back to like the fan dubbing work I do, there's a character named Alistair, and he has a cane that's a microphone, and it broadcasts through the airwaves.
Ooh.
So that's something I've always really loved, and I've seen people actually do cosplays of it, where what they'll do is like, he'll have his normal voice, and then he'll like talk into it, and just have like the radio filter on it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
that's
It's
cool.
just something that's really cool. It's just something that's been really, really cool to me. Just have that whole like radio kind of sound. Be like, good evening for tonight's episode of tonight's show. Be like, the nostalgia killers. Just something that I've always really enjoyed doing is just like radio, DJ, all that stuff. So that was something I've always really liked. Just like a cane that allows you to just broadcast your voice, almost Ruby Rod, as in the Fifth Element.
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice. That's something cool. Like some sort of like that, like always on air. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, my number 2 is the hot tub time machine from the film Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yes.
Because that movie is the only time travel movie, like aside from like, parts of Back to the Future workout, but like that is literally the only time travel movie where it's like, oh no, everything is like, it's perfect in the end. It's like you've got Rob Corddry literally becomes a member of freaking Poison, and then Motley Crue. Motley Crue, and then like Nick Webber becomes like a freaking like entrepreneur and like all this stuff. Yeah, so it's like why not have a time machine that you can actually rely on? And if you're not traveling, just have a nice soak. I also don't have a hot tub, so I would just I want a hot tub.
Just a win all around.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. Yeah.
My number 2 is the Belafonte from Life Aquatic, full of stolen tech, just all kinds of pirated shit.
Good choice.
It's got a hot tub, a sauna.
Yeah.
It's got an observation bubble up front. You can watch the annoying dolphins. I love the movie, and like the idea. I think it was probably I don't know. I was 3 or 4 or 5. I used to get coloring books as a kid, but I would always just open it up to the blank page in the front and the back and draw my own boats. And it looked just like the Bella Volante. Like I would draw little rooms with like, this is what you do in this room, and this is what you do in this room.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea where it started. I mean, that's how it started, but that's why I am where I am now.
That's really cool.
So for my number 1, yeah, Luke, I'm that guy. I can't believe it was number 5 on your list, Juan, but mine's fucking lightsaber, dude.
Yeah.
I just, pretty much invincible with that thing, man. You know, never.
You look so passionate.
I just do. Like that, like, you know, just being like the biggest Star Wars nerd ever, and just growing up with that, like as a kid, like, you know, for years and years, lightsaber is the coolest thing in this galaxy or any galaxy. You know, just there's a lot of, you can get some practical use out of it too, and for sure there's just gonna be a lot of stupidity and cutting down trees and whatnot, and like, for you too. But
the only thing that puts me at ease with this is that I know what the statistics are for self-inflicted gunshot wounds, and I can imagine those who would own the lightsaber would not own them very long. So I'm okay with that.
You hear that, Tommy? He's okay with it.
I would definitely slice my own arm off for sure, dude.
You get the Kylo Ren one where it's just like,
exactly. That's what we need is more. Yeah, just more of them pointing everywhere. Yep. Yeah, good fun with that.
Kind of basic considering the episode, but a batarang. Specifically the one from Returns, though.
Okay.
You know the scene where he has all the clowns around him, and he
programs it in.
Yeah, that's what I would like.
That's
that
one.
That one's really cool. You know, I don't know. I wish we saw more of that. I know the dog just got it, and that was the end of that. It was like a good 10-second scene, but that would be kind of cool. You know, not saying I would use it on anyone, but you know, just like, you know, it'd be like shooting guns at a range, except with batarangs. I'm trying to get as many Modelo cans as I can.
The right to batarang arms, you know. My number 1. This one might need a Javi, little preface here, but my number 1 is a neuralizer from Men in Black, with the caveat that I am exclusively using it on myself, because who needs to pay for, you know, countless bills with your therapist? Who needs to work on themselves? Who needs to do it when you can just forget? And it's like, oh wow, I really should have never have said that, and just dink. I'm like, oh, I didn't. We're great. I like that. Yeah.
Self-love, self-care, that's what we're all about.
Exactly.
Love it. My number 1 is not much of a gadget. The only gadgety part of it might be a hinge or a latch. But it's the suitcase in the trunk in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, full of uppers, downers, screamers, laughers.
Yeah. I would argue that's a gadget full of gadgets.
Half a quart of tequila, pint of raw ether.
Plenty of uses.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that's it, right?
That's it, yeah.
All right, edit this part out. And if you're still listening, thank you. Thank you for listening. I have been Luc Londe.
I've been Javier Martinez.
I've been Juan Martinez, no relation.
And I have been Jack Napier.
And we have been the Nostalgia Killers.
Bang, bang.